Hey, Harris Feldman here in my backyard in Scottsdale, Arizona. Sick of me saying that already? Anyway, I'm here to talk to you about launches. I've got Sam Hired here with me still. I wanted to talk a little bit about how important joint venture partners actually are. Now, something that I always talk about is, I call it JV wrangling, by the way. I talk about the fact that, well, it's actually pretty easy to get joint venture partners to say yes. I mean, if you've got a good product, one sure way to find out that you don't have a good product is if you start asking potential joint venture partners and you don't get anybody to say yes. Chances are you don't really have a very good product, but nobody's going to tell you that, okay? They'll all say, a lot of them will say yes, and especially, and I know you're thinking, yeah, Harris, but you've been doing this for 2 years, so of course everyone says yes to you. Dude, I started without any contacts in this industry at all, and I came out with a product that was all joint venture partner related. I know other people that have done it as well. Sterling Valentine immediately comes to mind as somebody who had no contacts, and he went out and got them. He created a kick-butt product for them to be a part of. And joint venture partners should not, in your mind, just be about, how can I get them to promote my thing, okay? But you need to make it even more of a benefit to them, especially on something that your first project. But a lot of them will say yes, and then they'll get busy, and guess what? You'll be shocked on launch day. You don't get a lot of people actually promoting. Yeah. So it's easy to get them to say yes, but it's not as easy to get them to do the yes that they said they were going to do. What are some of your thoughts on that? What are you thinking as I say that?
Well, one of the biggest things that comes to mind is that pretty much with every launch we've done, we've signed up a ton of people, and about 20% will promote. And 20% is still a good number of your JVs to promote. So I mean, if you get 100, you can expect about 20. I mean, you get 200, you can expect about 40. And it's still, I mean, it's kind of a catch-22 when it comes down to it. I mean, because if the product's kicking butt, all that kind of stuff, a lot of times a lot of other people will kind of join in after the fact.
Yeah, that happened a lot with SiteStealer, where people I didn't even know started promoting it.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the biggest things to do, I mean, really focus on, I mean, the heavy hitters. And I hate to kind of say it this way, but the top affiliates are always responsible for 80 to 90% of the sales, sometimes more. You focus on those guys, and all the smaller JVs are all on those guys' lists. So I mean, if you get some like big JV partners to mail out and all that kind of stuff, the smaller ones will follow. They'll see those emails come in, they'll just assume it's good. It's a huge social proof.
I was just going to say, it's kind of like it's another level of social proof. We talked a little bit about that with the buzz. That's for the customers, but when some of the smaller affiliates see the bigger affiliates promoting it, they know that it's the real thing. Another thing, shoot, I forgot what I was going to say. Another thing that you don't hear talked about too much, but if you are going to do a launch, man, have a contest for the joint venture partners. And you know, I've even, for SiteStealer, people think I'm brilliant for this move, and I'll tell you the truth about it. I knew I was going to do a contest. I didn't know what the prizes were going to be yet. I didn't actually announce the prizes until the day or two, maybe, after it actually started doing really well. It wasn't because I was brilliant. It was because I got too busy and couldn't come up with the prizes. But then it worked out to the benefit because it was going so well, I was able to do even better prizes. But I've done stuff where I've used that competitive nature that joint ventures have and not even had a prize. I would just say the first place, you know, the guy with the most sales is, you know, Sean Casey, and second place is Justin Blake. And they're like, what's the prize? I'm like, there's no prize. There's your prize. You beat Sean, or you beat, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I find that's actually, with joint venture partners, it's interesting, but don't get so caught up in, you know, the size of the prize and all that. Just make sure but my biggest thing is, as it's going and as it's leading up to it, make sure you're informing your joint venture partners as it's leading up to the launch every other day, as the launch happens, at least once a day in the morning.
In the morning. That's something I usually slack on.
Yeah.
I mean, another huge thing that I was just thinking about, when it comes to the launches and all that kind of stuff, I mean, don't try and be salesy with other like affiliates and JVs and that kind of stuff. Be genuine. They can all, I mean, people see right through it. I mean, if you're trying to be like, oh, you know what, I got the greatest thing in the world, blah, 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 they'll be able to see what your product is. And, I mean, I hate to say it, but people do business with people that they like. I mean, it's just something that's been.
When you say don't be salesy, you're meaning don't try to BS people.
Don't BS people. You know, I'm a marketer comparing sales to BS, but
right. Well, no, but the thing is that you make me think about like Frank Kern's recent Mass Control launch. He, you know, on the joint venture side of it, he was somebody would consider salesy. he was, not pushy or anything, but he was very, hey, this is, this is what's really happening. These are the conversions that are really happening, and in his Frank Kern way, he's able to, call his JVs slackers and names and stuff like that. But that's okay, but don't try to BS them, because not only will they see right through it, we all talk to each other. All the JVs, they talk to each other and then find out. But anyway, I think that's a lot on JVs and getting them to promote. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So I hope you guys got a lot out of that. Harris Feldman, Sam Heyer. I'm going to tell you one more thing in the next email, the next tip. Okay. So don't go away.